Well, hey everyone, welcome to an episode of First and Last. One where we bought things with Claire's credit card.
A heist.
A heist.
A very special heist episode of First and Last.
Also a loving episode.
Yeah, happy
Because
Valentine's Day.
it's Valentine's Day.
Because it's Valentine's Day out in listener world.
Except
Happy
for
Valentine's
not for Joe,
Day.
because he's about to be real sad and alone. He stole his girlfriend's credit card. No, that's not true.
No, we
Just
didn't.
her identity.
We didn't steal. Just her identity. Yeah.
Oh.
This is inadmissible in court, right? That's how.
To the grave.
If I say it,
From here to the grave.
we're telling it to everybody.
Well, from listeners, do not tell Claire.
No one tweet.
You'll be
Claire.
accomplices now if you do.
Who knows what Claire's? Who knows if Claire even has a
If you
Twitter?
support the show, you'll support us stealing some 99-cent episodes from our friend. That's fine.
It's fine.
But hey, have a good Valentine's Day.
Yeah, we wish you all the bestest of Valentine's Day. And to celebrate Valentine's Day, we're doing a spy show.
So cuddle up with your loved one and listen to us talk about Alias.
Someone who stole your heart. Spy
and your
theme.
credit card information.
And she entered it in.
That's true.
This was her fault.
There was no like breaking and entering here. We're just there already.
Was there a show that Claire was here for that you used her Amazon profile?
Must have been.
Yeah, like when did she log into
And
Amazon?
for what other
was
reason would there have
it was
been?
for a previous FNL.
Well, good
I
times.
Oh,
don't-
Roseanne probably.
Well, listeners,
Yeah.
come back to us and tell. It could have been Roseanne.
Roseanne.
Yeah.
That's what we're going with. All right, well, before we get all into this, yes, today we're doing Alias, if I probably said that already. But, Joe, how does this show work for the newly initiated into the First and Last world?
We pick a TV show and discuss it while watching the first and last episode of that show. After the first episode, we usually make some predictions, and then we never watch what's in between unless it's Frasier.
Well, and in some cases, we've watched all of what's in between.
Or Community.
Like me and Claire's case.
I'm almost done with season 5.
Of Community?
No, I've finished Community.
Oh, okay.
Loved Community.
Yeah.
We should do what I've really
I
wanted
actually
to
should
do
watch
a.
Community. I haven't watched Community.
Oh, dude, come on, man. I think we could do like a month of shows that former Community stars have been in that have already been canceled.
I love declaring. I love declaring
in
months. Community month.
2017 alone,
They've had failed pilots.
Jeff Winger, McHale, what's his name?
Joel McHale.
Joel
Joel McHale was in a show called The Great Indoors that was canceled.
Oh, no.
Abed Pooty was in a show called Powerless that I really loved.
yeah.
That was very funny. That was canceled. Chang, what's his name?
Dr. Ken.
He was in Dr.
Jeong.
Ken. That was
Ken
just
Jeong.
canceled. That was like 2 seasons at least. But I feel like we could really get it done.
Hey, man, you said it. You set it up. Set the
All right.
dates.
All right.
Put
Chevy
it on,
Chase is
put
probably
it on
on
my
the show,
Google
right?
calendar.
Nah,
That I
Chevy
would
Chase
never
would
look
been
at.
shit.
Yeah.
We just
He
watch all the
doesn't know where
National
he is.
Lampoons movies.
Just call that a TV show.
Call that a TV
Just the
show.
first and last one.
Is there 3 of them at least, so we can watch
Yeah,
the
there's
first
at least
and
3 because
that he's in?
there's that Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
He's in all of them.
There's Vacation.
Well, no,
Christmas
there's
Vacation,
European
You've been-
and
You've been
The
paying
original.
You've been paying attention to all the very shitty National Lampoons movies that have been coming up for the past 20 years.
well, I mean the vacation
We
movies.
counting Van Wilder.
That's a great one. That's not. I said shitty, Joe. That's a work of art. That's a work of art.
Tara Reid almost ruined that movie.
So we're talking about the Rise of Taj then.
Yeah, exactly. Before we get into Alias, I wanted to say a thing that, Joe, I've been watching Breaking Bad,
Yeah.
which I know is your favorite show
Of all time.
of all time. You've said it once
Dang.
or twice. But I think it's my second time all the way through again, and I think I'm on like season 3-ish.
Yeah.
Maybe 4. I think you saw like the thumbnail. I think you think I'm at 4. I don't know. I fell asleep last night, and I think it played throughout the night, to be completely honest. And it's still a good show. I don't think it's bad. And Jimmy, you've never seen
Breaking
it,
Bad.
right? You've never seen it?
I've seen like a couple of episodes, and just watching them like makes my stomach turn because it's so dramatic. It just messes with you so much that after an episode, I felt like I needed to go like take a shower and just like do something else. I'd have to watch like several episodes of Frasier in between episodes of
Yeah,
Breaking
it gets
Bad.
pretty bleak.
I recommend watching several episodes of Frasier in between anything, really.
All right.
Making a sandwich, eating it in
Fair
between
enough.
several episodes.
Yeah.
Anything. But man,
Like you start a shower, get out, watch a Frasier, get back in.
yeah. You wash your
just
hair.
mid shower.
Get in the shower, wash your hair, get out, watch a Frasier, get back in the shower, wash your body.
I'm almost through season
Because
5.
you go from top to bottom, right? Everyone showers from top to bottom.
Oh, I
right?
go top to bottom for sure.
Wait,
I think
what is that? What do you
I think
mean
Barry
by that?
like, doesn't go top to bottom.
What do you mean by that?
When you shower,
Like you wash your feet last?
how do you
is
clean
that
yourself?
what you mean?
yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, you start with your hair, you work your way down to your face.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
I
your body.
top to bottom.
I mean, I guess.
Do you not
I
know
don't
how
th-
you shower?
I don't think I think of it like that. Mostly, I'm just leaving the conditioner in my beard for as long as possible.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But you start with your beard.
Yeah. So
The
then
top.
thus I start with the beard because then I just try to keep it out of the water as much as possible, and then I just wash everything else.
Okay. Do you
Okay.
lean into the shower so you don't get beard conditioner all over your newly cleaned body?
Let's move on. Is there another? Can we move into what do we know about Alias?
Yeah, that's good. The one thing that I wanted to say about Breaking Bad is, I was watching it last night and I was like, man, everyone in this show's a terrible person, and I hate Skyler. I hate
Yeah,
Skyler.
Skylar's rough. That's kind of one thing is like about the show is that their female characters are kind of just like nagging women. They're better about it in Breaking Bad, but
In what?
or in Better Call Saul.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There you
Ah,
go. I've only
And
seen
that's- what's-
season 1
what's,
of Better Call Saul.
what's Saul's name? Odenkirk.
Bob
Yeah.
Odenkirk. Yep.
Did you guys see oh shit, The Post? Did you guys see the movie The Post?
Nope.
Nah.
So Odenkirk and David Cross were in Mr. Show. That was their deal, right?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
And they are both in that movie. And while I was watching it, I got really distracted for a long period of time and probably missed some important stuff, thinking like, is this the first time they've been on screen together since Mr. Show? And
Just
this is
thinking
very
about
much a
Mr. Show
drama.
all the time.
It's a
I'm into
good. It's a great film. You
I'm
should
into
see
it.
it. Probably
Um,
gonna be. Probably will have won some awards by the time this airs.
Valentine's Day.
By Valentine's Day. When are the Oscars?
Tweet at us if you made love while listening to this podcast.
Tweet.
While listening to the podcast?
Wait, tweet.
I might tweet
while-
at us
Yeah.
on Valentine's Day,
Yeah, do it.
if you know what I mean.
Um,
Do you know? You get it right. It means I was making love.
get in there.
Oh God. But yeah, no,
Wow.
I was starting to get bothered by the characters in the show. I think it's a great show. I think it's good, and I think it's doing really good. But I'm maybe I'm just critically viewing it a little bit more than I did the first time. But I'm like, man, you guys all suck. Every one of you sucks.
Like who else other than Skylar?
Well, like I don't like
Everybody
Skylar as
sucks.
like a character or
Sure,
a
but
person
are
or
you,
anything.
like-
I just don't like anything about
like, are you annoyed
Skylar.
about like Walt? Because that's kind of like the show is he's increasingly an asshole.
I don't think he was really a good person to begin with. To be
Yeah.
completely honest, like
Yeah,
he never was good.
yeah.
So it's just kind of like, obviously, I mean, like the only like person that's good in the show is like
Oh shit.
what's his name, the uncle, the brother-in-law.
Just fail on HQ. Fucking Joe is over here
Just playing fucking
playing
trivia.
not paying attention at all.
I just hit the wrong one.
What
It
question
was-
did you get to?
I don't know what number, but the question was in the original fairy tale of Goldilocks, who enters the Three Bears home, and the choices were old woman, little boy, and wolf. And I just like hit wolf, but I was like, no, it definitely wasn't a wolf.
Wolf. There were no wolves in that story.
I was gonna guess little boy, but it was actually old woman.
she like discovers the body or something, or
No, I think maybe it just wasn't a Goldilocks in the first iteration. Maybe it was an old woman enters a bear's house.
no. Okay, sure.
I don't know, man.
Who knows? I don't know about that Grimm and his fairy tales. Is that what it's from?
No.
Could have been
No.
a
All right, Alias. We wasted enough time.
could have been a
Alias.
Hans Christian Andersen.
What do we know about Alias?
Nothing. Jennifer Garner's in it, and it's a J.J.
Yeah.
Abrams project, so it makes me think there's time travel.
God, I hope there's time travel.
Have you seen all of this? Have you seen
I've seen
some of this?
I've seen like none of this.
You've seen none of this?
None of
oh
this.
wow.
What have you seen?
Our old. So in college, this is what I know about this. In college, me and Jimmy's old roommate had like an Alias night with some chick he was trying to bang. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't remember that at all.
You had an Alias night?
Yeah, they had like an Alias night
just-
where they would watch Alias
Oh,
together.
like a
Like a night of the
recurring
week.
meeting. Okay,
Yeah, and they would just watch Alias together.
got it.
Huh. He's married now. Is that the girl he's married to?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not. But I think that was before any of us knew the girl he's married to anyway. So it's
Well, yeah. No, I'm not saying. Yeah.
yeah, it was
I'm not saying there was foul play. I'm
no
just,
foul play. At least not there. I mean, I'm not gonna.
What I
gonna
I'm
know.
gonna
bring-
vouch for him
I'm not
otherwise.
gonna. Hey, man, you can only vouch for what you see. You know.
The only thing I know
I can
about
vouch. I've never seen him cheat
the only thing I know about
or
this
suspect
show,
him for cheating.
The only thing I
Sorry,
know
sorry.
about
Sorry, Jimmy. I just had to go back and make sure that anyone who maybe figured out who I was talking about was like, I don't know anything. I think he's a great guy.
No, he's a great man.
He's a good boy.
He's a
I
great
don't know
man.
who we're talking about.
Yeah, that's fine. If
And
you
he
don't, then-
definitely at the time would not have been in the mindset of trying to bang her. That was not. That was not something he. Anyway, the hashtag Me Too.
Oh dear Lord.
What I know about this show is Jennifer Garner and J.J. Abrams. So there's probably time travel at some point. Space, time, or space, not time. No, I don't know what you're talking about. I heard Huckabees.
Huckabees.
Anything?
Yep.
Okay.
You rock.
Jennifer Garner, who was Elektra in Ben Affleck's Daredevil
yeah.
and her own standalone horrible Elektra movie.
Yeah.
I know Bradley Cooper is also in this show, aka
Really?
Rocket Raccoon.
I didn't know Bradley
So
Cooper was
all
in the show.
over the Marvel. Also, guy who's in the thumbnail of episode 2 right here,
He looks familiar.
whose name Kevin Weissman is his name, and he is in Marvel's Runaways on Hulu right now that just had its first season. That was amazing, and he was great. Then there's an actor, Carl Lumbly, in this show, who's
that?
he is, if you've watched CW, used to be CBS's Supergirl, is CBS? ABC?
Not important.
NB? Whichever Supergirl was on, now it's on the CW. He plays John Jones, a.k.a. Martian Manhunter's
Oh, that
father.
guy. Okay. Wait, no, what?
Yeah, his father,
Okay,
who's
never
now
mind.
a
I was like, I know
recurring
who
person
John-
on the
I
show.
know who
They
Martian
found him on
Manhunter is.
Mars. Anyway, I won't. That's
Joe's like, superhero shows and falling asleep.
which is DC, and
Just checking
then
to see if the sandwiches are here.
Victor Garber, character actor, captain of the Titanic, no, engineer of the Titanic in
Like
in the
James
Titanic.
Cameron's Titanic?
Yeah, he was in CW's DC Flash show, which now he's carried over into their Legends. What is it?
Legends of Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow.
The Flashes.
He was in the Flash like for a season or two.
He's part of
and
the
then
Flareoverse.
He's part of the Flareoverse.
Mm-hmm.
WB's
So basically, what I
Flareoverse.
know about this show is that a lot of these people went on to be superheroes, which is why I'm psyched about it.
Does anyone not know that this show is like? She just like? Here's the deal. This is a question I want to ask because she just dresses up in like costumes and she just puts on a bunch of different colored wigs. That's what this is what I think
So she's a
happens.
spy.
Jennifer Garner is some sort of secret agent or something like that, and she just puts on wigs, and for some reason that makes her look like a different person to people, and then she does secret agent stuff.
Yeah, she's
So-
got many aliases.
Yeah, but they're just. I think she just uses wigs. It's like, it's 2001. I don't think
Yeah.
she does much besides just wear wigs.
The only thing I know about Alias is there's a line in The Office where someone's talking to Dwight about something, and he's like, "Oh, Jennifer Garner played a waitress. It was one of her many aliases."
Yeah. Alias is a
I love
show
The
about a
Office.
spy. That's what I know about it, and that's what Buster Bluth says in Arrested Development at one point.
So this show gets referenced in a lot of
It
other
gets
shows.
referenced in Arrested Development at one point because they were talking about when Charlize Theron is on Arrested Development and they think she might be a spy
S.
named Mr. F or whatever, and then
Yeah,
and then they're like, she's a spy, and it's like say something to James Bond, and he's like, he was a spy, and then Buster's like, Alias was a show about a spy, and that's I'm like, all right, yeah, cool. So I'm gonna make one prediction for the pilot.
Okay.
And that is Jennifer Garner is wears 3 or more different wigs in this
Okay.
episode.
I think she's gonna be holding
Or hair colors.
size.
Can I do hair colors? Like
I like
her
it.
hair and then
will change
2
3
eggs. Her hair
times.
color or hair will change 3 times or more.
Right.
And if you guys want to put different numbers on it, you want to do an over and under?
Yeah, sure.
I'll take an under.
You take an under 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want it. I want at least 4.
You take an over.
If we're a good,
Josh is doing
but
exactly
this is the
3.
Yeah,
pilot.
no, if
she
you-
ain't gonna be
if you-
Alias. I gotta go under because
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say, I'd give you 4 and I'll just stay with 3.
Yeah.
I don't.
You can do 2.
You think she's gonna be a spy?
Dude, I think they're
episode
going to
1.
I think they're gonna just fucking kill it. They're gonna kill the spy theme. I'm gonna hate spies after episode 1. I think I'm gonna hate hair color changes.
You're not selling me. I'm going under.
All right.
I think my bold predict for this episode is that a main character from at least the pilot, appears to die. I say appears to because somewhere in a later season he comes back and he's alive. He's like a mentor spy or something, and he dies.
All right. I predict there's a deep throat character
Mm.
whose face you only partially see, and whose voice he or she tries to mask.
What's your favorite scary movie?
And she's like, "What does this have to do with being a spy?"
Don't hang up on me again, Sydney.
That's creepy.
Am I doing a good job? Was that convincing? Did you guys think you were tweeted us if you thought you were watching Scream just now?
I thought I was staring right at Shaggy right now.
Shaggy?
That dude, I forget his
Scooby
name.
Doo.
Matthew Lillard?
Yeah, Matthew Lillard. He plays Shaggy in the live action Scooby Doo movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are terrible. Those are terrible movies.
I'm into it.
We were way off
Yeah,
on this Alias intro, but just one note before we start is I remember I haven't seen those live action Scooby Doo movies, but I remember in high school that those came out, and one of my friends was trying to rally a bunch of us to go see Scooby Doo, and I was just
Someone was really into it.
someone was on AIM trying to rally people to go to Scooby Doo, and I was just like, no one wants to watch Scooby Doo, and she's just like, whatever, I thought it was gonna be funny, okay? And I didn't go. I think some people end up spending their money on Scooby Doo.
There was a couple of them, right? I'll look it
Yeah,
up.
they made
We'll
at
come
least
back.
2 Scooby Doo movies.
Must have been, the first one must have been profitable if they made 1 or 2 more. So,
Jinkies.
Jinky Scooby, we're about to watch the first episode of Alias.
Let's get in the mystery machine and go do some spy shit.
Roll Raggy. All right. With that, we're going to watch the first episode, Truth Be Told, of Alias, Season 1, Episode 1. We'll be right back after that.
Hello, Sydney, and welcome back to First and Last.
And we're back.
That was my best voice modulating scream voice I could do.
It doesn't sound like Scream, but it's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to.
It's kind of cool.
It has a picture of an old man, like Santa Claus, on it, and I don't want to pay.
That's
I don't want to pay for
voice.
more options, so that's what I had. They did the scream thing at the beginning, and her name was Sydney in the show, so that worked out.
It's one of her many aliases.
No, that's your real.
Yeah, is her name?
It's not an alias. It's your real name. I don't think.
Well,
the show
we'll
is-
get to predictions.
Yeah. Nice.
Prediction 1, not her real name.
Jimmy, do you want to read the synopsis?
Oh
for
yeah,
us?
yeah,
You
I
got that
it.
up?
I got it. Let's see what it says. It says Sydney Bristow is
Her real
Jennifer
name.
Garner, is a college student who leads a double life. She works for the shadowy government agency called SD6, which is supposed to be a branch of the CIA, and reports to the shady Irvin Sloan. Recently engaged, she tells her boyfriend Danny the truth, that she's a she's a secret agent. The next day, he is murdered. Later, this is like a fans
I don't know why that was
posted
so
on
funny.
IMDb. Later, Sydney's father, Jack, tells the truth. He is a double agent for the real CIA, as SD6 is a renegade agency who allegedly killed Sydney's fiance. Sydney must make a decision which will haunt her for the rest of her life.
Foreshadow much? God, come on.
Sydney's partner in the field, Marcus Dixon, is also unaware about his true alliances.
We didn't know that, did we?
Yeah, we didn't know that. As is SD6's tech expert, the socially awkward Marshall Flinkman.
That's the Kevin Wiseman, right?
That's the Wiseman.
He's awful in this show. I'll come back to that in a second.
Well, it says he's socially awkward.
Yeah.
Okay, Sydney's friends, the headstrong Francine and the ambitious journalist Will Tippin,
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper, are also unaware about Sydney's double life until Will becomes inquisitive about Sydney's well-being following her fiance's murder.
So Bradley Cooper's just her friend.
He's a journalist. Yeah, just her friend, right?
Just
Who
friend.
totally...
She's just her friend until he does stuff that makes you hate the show, Joe.
Well, I just clicked this article that says Bradley Cooper wanted to kill himself while filming Alias.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Why?
Well, that brings me to my first prediction. Bradley Cooper is in the finale.
Oh, okay.
I got a lot of
Love
things
it.
to say about this first episode. I don't know. Maybe the pen on Joe's paper is light, but can't tell if he wrote a lot of notes down. I feel like this is one of my more note-heavy episodes, to be
Okay.
completely honest.
I'm intrigued.
I was thankful that she started off as a spy. No origin story.
Okay, yeah.
Essentially.
that
They
was
did a little
nice.
bit of origin, but like it wasn't an episode origin story.
No, it was like she had red hair and was spying from the minute it started, and then it was like two stories at once. That was cool.
She's Black Widow. She's Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, I mean, poor man Scarlett Johansson, but she's Scarlett Johansson, sure.
Oh,
There was
this-
there was a scene where they kept coming back to where she was wearing black and had red hair, and it was just like Scarlett Johansson in the first Avengers movie.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Maybe they stole it.
So I was happy about an origin story. I don't know. It's like not a superhero thing, but I thought it could have been like, oh, she was like done with college, and I mean, it was almost like the same story as it really kind of happened, except she was just already a spy, and just didn't have to like figure it out or like get mixed into it. I don't know. I was just really happy that she didn't start as no spy and then become one, because
Yeah.
you can tell that story in season 2, like as flashbacks or something. I thought this show did a good job on that as far as a way to tell the story, but I think it did a bad job as far as killing her fiance off.
Spoilers.
You just read that.
Yeah.
It killed her fiance off in the first episode, but it's like, did you guys care about him at all? Did you care that she cared that he was dead? He died in like 20 minutes.
I don't know I don't know that emotional connection was the point. I think the point was more that like she's on her own in this thing. Like whatever she had of the real world is gone.
I cared. I
But
guess.
like it could have been, but I mean, I agree with you. I don't think it was the point the way they did it. It couldn't have been the point because they
Yeah.
did it so fast.
Sure.
But like it could have been an actual impactful death in
could
the
have been a
show.
thing.
Like it could have been a story where she would have like maybe he found out, and it made me like that's the whole idea. Is like the whole idea of the story is like obviously she's like a double agent now,
Yeah.
and that's her thing, and the troubles between that. So
Well, maybe they kill off Bradley Cooper. Maybe they'll just
I
start
think
cutting up other people.
I think it served the purpose that she was finding out that her agency is shady and not the CIA.
right.
Like I didn't care that he died. I cared that she cared that he died.
I didn't even care
Because
about
then
that.
that made me think
We didn't know
she's a
about-
good guy when her agency's clearly not because they killed him.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and I agree. And they could have done. And I'm not trying to write how they could have done it differently, kind of
I
thing.
think we should tweet
Should
at
we
J.J. Abrams
Should we rewrite this episode?
and rewrite it.
I
Tweet
just
it
think
at
they
him.
could have possibly. She could have found out that because like she found out that like they were bad because her dad just told her, you know. I mean, like his death was sort of a catalyst, but like it was just one of those things of like, Joe, you were right. They killed off an important person,
I did.
like because like to do whatever. But
Count
I
it.
realized that like seeing it, I was like, but I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
I don't even mean anyone that dies in the first episode you're not going to care about, right?
well, right, but like random dude dies. Like it's a random dude, that's fine. But like this was like right away, like this is her fiance. They made a big deal. They tried to make you care. Because they weren't engaged, and then they got engaged in the episode.
They got
Therefore,
engaged in
trying to
his
make
first
you
scene, though.
be emotionally attached and care, and then killing him off in 5 minutes after that. So they made an attempt to make you care, but there wasn't enough exposition or anything to make me care. How many times can I say?
I just don't think I see what you're saying.
I mean, maybe you just
I don't think
care.
I'm supposed to care. Just
Okay.
because
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't think we're supposed to care from his perspective for his life necessarily so much as just something that she loved was taken away from her.
And I maybe like I watch all 5 seasons and I come back to episode 1 and I'm like, man, that was
Fucking Danny.
heart-wrenching.
Oh, man.
oh, Danny.
But because this is
Maybe
episode
they
1,
flash back to Danny.
I don't care about her either right now.
Yeah, true.
Discount Elektra wannabe. She actually is Elektra. Never mind. I meant Black Widow.
But it was so bad.
It's terrible. I wrote a math. I have a math problem that I wrote down, and then I have a question for Joe, and then we can get into what you guys thought about this episode.
15.
I'm gonna monopolize this part right now. I wrote
Carry
Bradley Cooper.
Is it a
plus-
quadratic formula?
Yeah, not quite. I wrote Bradley Cooper plus Hangover 2009 minus Alias 2001 to 2006 equals question mark. This is me trying to figure out whether or not he's sticking around for the whole show. Because
Because you were saying he's definitely not sticking around if he is in The Hangover.
if
but,
Hangover would have been in 2005,
yeah.
because I couldn't remember when it was, and it was in 2009. If it was in 2005,
I did not remember that he was in that film.
no.
The Hangover?
He was in that?
He's the best. He's the best part about the film.
There's
I
like
thought
4
Zach
characters.
Galifianakis was
Yeah,
the
it
best
was literally
part.
3.
I thought Ed,
it was Ed
Helms was the best part.
Ed Helms,
Also
Galifianakis, and
Chang.
him.
What's his name? Did we say that?
Ken Jeong.
Ken
Oh,
Jeong.
his
We
name
already
is
talked about
Ken?
him earlier today.
Is Dr. Ken?
Yeah. That's
And
his
Ken's
name.
his name?
That's his name.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
He's actually a doctor also.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like I knew that he wasn't originally an actor, but I didn't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what a dude. What just a bro.
So that math equation will play into my predictions a little bit later, but I literally wrote that down.
But I thought I thought one of your predicts was that Bradley Cooper's at the end.
Yeah, sorry, that is my predict
Okay,
then.
gotcha.
He will be in
Okay.
the last episode because he wasn't a big star yet.
Sure. Got to get those paychecks.
Silver Linings Playbook hadn't happened yet, so he's in it. Back to quick back to fiance killing. I'm just saying that part of this episode would have been an amazing season 1 finale.
Sure.
It would have been a really big deal, and you would have cared.
Yeah.
So
Although we'll never
I kind of
see
think
it
this
to know
whole
that there
episode
could
would have
be.
been. I kind of think this whole episode it was like a really good finale of a show you've watched for
Yeah,
20
I was
episodes.
gonna say on that note, a lot of things happened in this first episode. Like it was very like plot heavy, I guess. Like things that you might see, yeah, towards the end of season 1 or maybe even later in the show were just handled right up front.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a few twists and turns, just like in this first pilot.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
which was fun.
Which like now that like you said it and I got to like cool down for like 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy that they did it like that a little
Yeah.
bit. Like cuz that's a little bit odd.
My hope would be like we're only gonna watch the last, but after seeing this first episode, my hope would be for the rest of the show is that we don't deal with all this grad school stuff anymore. I'm not interested in that.
Oh yeah, I don't care that she goes to grad school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of that. I don't do you even know what she's going to grad school for?
No idea.
Yeah. who
I
cares?
assume journalism because Cooper
Because-
is a journalist,
oh, yeah.
and that's how she knows him. That's my
Gotcha.
All right.
point.
enough.
Dot connecting. But
And then
she's an intern.
a good tangent of how everyone else thought about this episode was Joe. How'd you feel about that shower sex scene? I wrote that down. I just wrote shower sex scene
there
down.
was no sexiness at all.
Yeah, they didn't have the sex, so it was great. It was
And-
very much had to do with the plot.
So you were into it?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Also, I just love showers. so
Danny was
whatever.
not into it. He left immediately. So it was not.
Was that in the plot
sexy.
description about like what the shower scene?
No. Well, it's
So they get
Ah.
engaged.
check.
And then Danny's like, talking to her about having a baby, and then she's like, "Come with me to the shower," like kind of like seductively, but like really weirdly. But she takes him into the shower because
You just thought it was weird because it was a sexy part of a scene in
she
the
just
show.
had like a 10,000-yard stare, just like, "Come to the shower, let's
Yeah.
do this."
It was kind of weird. Like maybe she was gonna murder him in the shower.
Yeah.
That would have been fun. That would have been a fun twist.
That'd been more fun than her dad killing him.
But the point of the shower was that they could go there and talk so that they wouldn't be surveilled. And that's where she tells him that she works for the CIA. And then he gets upset and leaves the shower because he's like, "So we're not going to do it in here? What a bummer.
I'm out.
I'm out. I'll take showers on my own time then."
I got places to be right now.
Fine, I'll clean myself.
My shows are on.
I only got engaged
My
with you,
stories.
so someone would clean me.
He had shampoo in his hair. He just walked right out of the shower.
It's-
Didn't even rinse it
not-
out.
He didn't
You're
even
not
think
gonna
about sexy
rinse?
time. He just got in and started shampooing his hair right away.
You're gonna have dandruff.
Oh, come on. You are out dirt. You're messy, lady. Clean yourself. You just went for a run with Bradley Cooper.
So my notes on this show, starting from the top, were Sydney's dad kind of a douche. When she talks to him on the phone, or no, Danny calls him to ask permission for marriage, and he's like, "You're not asking me permission."
You know what?
Like,
Here's the deal. I liked it because he called it like it was.
oh sure,
You ain't asking for if you called Jimmy. If you would have called your wife's
okay,
your current wife's dad.
Let's
I'm just kidding. I'm
not.
just kidding. We won't go there. We won't go there. I'm
Yeah, he
kidding.
said it's a courtesy call. Like you're just like you're not really asking permission. You're just
not.
doing a thing.
But in all fairness, how many times I think in like in modern society, really, if people like really actually call their parents, like other people's parents, like and like, hey, how many times I guess does the dad even really say no?
Right.
Like that guy's got to be a pretty big douche.
Or like a fucking idiot if you're gonna like ask your
Yeah.
girl to
If
marry
you
you,
thought
but
for
her
one,
entire
yeah,
fucking family
if you
hates
thought
you.
if you thought for 1 second that her dad was gonna say no, you just wouldn't call her dad. Like you just, you know what I'm
That's a good
saying?
point.
Unless you were trying to be a dick and you're just like, "Hey, can I marry your daughter?" Of course not. Yeah, I thought so. You fucker, get out of my life.
Wow.
Oh man, that's great.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Oh yeah,
Happy
Happy
Valentine's
Valentine's
Day.
Day. Wow.
I didn't. I was in the. I always thought that I would have done that, and it just didn't happen, just because of it was really just timing. But
I mean, I miss your current wife. Her father would have said yes anyway. So
Yeah, I suppose. I mean,
I get
I'd
the
like to
impression
think
that he likes you.
I'd like to
I
think that.
suppose.
I get the impression that he liked you.
Tweet at
Thanks,
us
man.
if you like Jimmy.
Okay, then my
Tweet
second.
at us if Jimmy would have asked to marry your daughter.
Yeah,
he would have
tweet
said
at us
yes.
if you would
My
let
s-
Jimmy marry your daughter.
Marry me. Okay. My second note immediately after that note was Danny gonna die. I just
Nice.
thought
He's gonna
immediately
die.
So you called it.
that he was gonna be the one
Yeah.
that wasn't making it out. I don't know what that one was. And then Kevin Weissman, he's the alias Q of the James Bond world. He was like had some like lighter that was like an EMP or some shit.
Yeah, I just didn't like his character very much. I just thought his character was annoying.
Sure.
I think he did a great job of
he needs to
doing
be
that.
developed for sure. I'm not sure.
Well, they gave him.
I just didn't
this-
like. I just don't like fast talking, nervous people.
Yeah.
I don't think I
No,
like that in
no,
real
no
life,
one-
much
yeah,
less
no one
on
likes that.
my TV.
It's uncomfortable.
Here's the same thing though. Here's the thing.
You're not.
Was I not fast enough?
You were fast enough for a second, and then you had a pregnant pause,
And yeah.
and he didn't stop talking for 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is that scene went on way too long?
Yeah, he talked for a really long time.
Oh, he was showing his different gadgets.
Oh,
You got to show
man.
his gadgets. He had some kind of lipstick that did something. I wasn't
Also-
listening.
Also,
It was
she
uncomfortable.
never used any of those gadgets in this entire episode, did she?
The guy used the lighter to do the
Oh,
EMP
the guy did
thing
use the
to
lighter.
turn off the
Okay.
screens.
Okay.
And she talked about lipstick
She
at
was
the
doing
airport. but
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
remember what the
For a
lipstick was
second,
I don't remember what that
for a
did.
second, I thought like we just went through a 3-minute scene of this baffling dude
And nothing.
talking about all of these inventions, and they never used them once. But he used the lighter. You're not wrong. I forgot about it. The
So
lighter was used.
my next,
Arson.
I just had a couple more. Is that the action was just the one like action scene was just awful.
Terrible. It was
With
just
Jennifer
shoulders. It was
Garner.
like back of shoulders. That's all I saw.
She was fighting some like hitmen coming to get her, and I'm not sure who those people were because they clearly weren't like the like
They were part of the double
terrorist
the-
regime
They
that
were the.
she was
They
fighting.
were her agency she worked for.
Those were SC6 folks.
I thought so
Yeah,
because they were trying to
kill her, but now she's back to work for them.
Yeah, well, she's like, they're not selling me on the fact that this agency believes that like she's just back. They killed her. They
Clearly
killed,
not, 'cause they
killed her. They killed her
Tried to
fiance,
kill her.
and then she just joined them again after a little bit, and like they just seemingly on camera didn't question it at all.
well, because they knew that she was showing up with like the merchandise, so
Yeah,
they were just like, well, let's see what she has to say.
she was on some mission to get some weird horseshoe thing.
I still don't understand what that was.
I see. I don't know what that item was that she was like heisting.
Yeah,
It was like a magnetic horseshoe. That
It
Held
kept
a
a
little-
spinning
little-
water balloon in
yeah,
the air.
a little red water balloon.
I really don't get it.
My last note was that this show just seemed super stuck in the 90s from its music.
Well, and it was like 2001, right?
Yeah, I mean, I told when we were watching
Which
this, I
isn't-
was like, "This is the most 2001 show I've ever
which
seen."
nothing had really changed. There were people and grown adults in overalls. It was
Yeah.
definitely
Well, there was like at the end of this action sequence, it kicked into this like 90s girl alternative band song, and I was like, is this 10 Things I Hate About You? Like, what,
Oh,
what
man.
am I watching all
we
of a
could
sudden?
only hope.
This show legitimately has.
R.I.P.
The show legitimately has
Is
the
that
most.
Heath Ledger?
What'd you say?
Aw.
What are you doing, Joe? What's happening?
Nothing.
Joe, tell everyone out that can't see what's happening. What happened?
Spilled.
Joe spilled a little drinky on his lap.
It's gonna smell like whiskey for a while.
Yeah, this show has the worst music. This is not a prediction. It's just a wish. It's the first wish I've ever written for a show. Alias.
We've moved on to
22
wishes
22
now.
episodes in, I just have a wish.
You only get 3 wishes though.
Okay. For the whole, I don't know how
For
long
the whole show.
I don't know how long we're gonna do this podcast for. I just wrote hope for better music
Ah.
because
Okay.
it was just it was terrible.
Yeah, I said it sounded like N64 music.
Yeah, you're right. It sounded like it was like a bad level on Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
Like that's what the music sounded like. Like, oh, she's gonna go spy. So for 10 minutes we're gonna play.
And just like the sound quality sounded like 64-bit music. Like.
Man, I want to play Perfect Dark now.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Love
Or
that shit.
GoldenEye.
All right. Pause. We'll have a 2-parter episode so we can play Perfect Dark this week and watch the next one later. No,
Did we get all the way through the predicts?
we haven't done any predicts. What are you
All right.
talking
I didn't say my predicts. Did you?
about?
No.
No. So
I mean, I
let's-
whispered them, but
Oh, well, we weren't
no.
listening.
Into the
Jimmy-
mic?
Jimmy,
Or
throw-
did the fans know? Did the audience
Did
already
people
know your
listening know?
predicts?
I tweeted my predicts. They don't even know what show we're watching.
This will make
man.
sense in a couple weeks.
When are we gonna do the live tweet FNL episode?
Whenever you want, Jimmy. Whenever you want. All right. What are your predictions, Jim?
Well, my number 1 was Danny dead.
Okay. Well,
So
1 point, I guess.
No, so okay. So I didn't even cross it out. I just started writing in number 2. I wrote that Sydney falls in love with Bradley Cooper, but then Bradley Cooper is dead. So
Ooh.
that he's gone.
I like that.
So we'll never really know if
I
that
like-
first part.
Well, it's the opposite of mine, which is Bradley Cooper is in the finale.
So alive.
So number 3, I wrote. Oh shit, that doesn't work either. Because I wrote she's a double. Then we find out at the end that she walks into the CIA office.
Just switch it to triple.
Well, so I wrote number 4 that the dad is a triple.
Ah.
I think dad is a bad guy, a good guy, bad guy, good.
Well, I'm
Bad
gonna
guy,
good guy, bad guy.
I'm gonna second you on that one because I wrote her dad is a double agent. Then right at the end, her dad was like, "I'm a double agent." So then I crossed out double and I wrote her dad is a triple agent.
I think he's a bad guy because
So-
they want you to, because he seemingly killed Danny, her fiance, maybe to keep up
had a hand
his,
in it at least,
his
yeah.
appearance.
Mhm.
But
So-
I think he's a bad guy in
You
this.
guys think Danny comes back, like I said, or nah? Because when I made the predicts for the episode, I
Oh.
said that a main character seemingly dies but comes back somehow. You think Danny comes back?
I think he was pretty dead, man. He looked
they
pretty
buried
dead.
him, bro.
Dude, he's a fake body, man.
He was in the tub with blood everywhere.
Fake body.
I'm gonna cross out one of my ones that can't that are already true and just write the action gets better.
That's
They hire a better
I think you're
stunt
using one of your
coordinator.
wishes, Jimmy. I think you used one of your 3 wishes.
Yeah, that's true because when was Daredevil and Elektra, because that
Listeners-
action wasn't great either.
Listeners, everybody on Valentine's Day gets 1 wish. Tell your significant other what you want as a wish.
Butt stuff.
That wish is endorsed by First and Last podcast.
Oh
Like, you just gotta say, "Hey, First and Last says I get a wish."
And Jimmy says butt stuff.
Wow. Oh man.
Your dad listens to this, right?
I immediately. Oh no. I immediately regret everything.
Tom, it was a joke. Are you got your predicts done?
Yeah, that's all I had.
Speaking of butt stuff, are your predicts done? Well, I'm mirroring you, so I'll go through my 2 of them really fast. Bradley Cooper is in the finale because I don't think he's a big enough star yet. So just
Sure.
math works
that
out
makes
for
sense
that.
to me.
Her dad is a triple agent because I wrote double and he said he wasn't a double. He was a double already. And then my other one is a bookend because I like bookends.
Okay.
And my bookend is this. She finds love in the last episode. She has a lover.
Mm-hmm.
And she then tells him she's part of a secret agency again, like she did in the first episode.
Okay.
But it works out this time.
Ah.
He doesn't get murdered.
He murders her. No, no.
No, because he just goes, "Cool, I won't tell anyone."
Yeah. He's an idiot.
Cool, I'll keep that under wraps.
Cool.
Sounds like a big secret.
Cool. Did you
I
tell
won't
me that
drunkenly
was a secret?
call you.
I'll
I won't
keep that
leave a
secret.
voicemail for you.
Yeah. Hey, remember that secret you told me in the shower because you thought you were being surveilled? Cool. I won't tell that to anyone or even call you about it.
Great job. I definitely won't use.
Great job. You get to live.
I definitely won't use a thing that's easily recordable, like phone lines.
Like phone lines in 2001.
Yep. So, Joe.
My predicts are that in the last episode, Sydney is trying to clear her name. She's framed for some sort of crime against America.
Like being a double agent, for instance.
She's trying to clear her name, and her dad and Bradley Cooper are on her side and helping her out with that mission.
Someone else thinks Bradley Cooper's in the finale.
Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy.
And then my third prediction is blue hair.
Oh, I was gonna guess a hair color, but if I was gonna guess a hair color, I was like green, and I was like, nah, that's more of like a season 3
No,
thing.
Blue hair.
Are we gonna do another over under for the finale?
Oh, I lost the hair bet, by the
Color
way. There was like
changes?
2 hair colors changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's gonna be many.
You could
I don't-
debate. There was 3. She like did her hair up for that second, or
It was just
Yeah, but that wasn't really.
it was just the same haircut. It
and
was
she
just
almost
fresher.
got caught that first
Yeah.
time.
Just fresher. Oh yeah, I mean it was just her hair though. It was just her hair,
Yeah, it wasn't a wig.
her regular hair done.
All right.
Right.
So that didn't work. I don't have an over under for this because I don't think there's going to be as many hair changes.
I don't think so.
I'd
either.
actually
I think it's gonna
say-
be one big mission.
I think it's going to be 0 hair changes.
That's
I think
Same
her
hair.
normal hair will be in this.
Same
one.
hair, don't care.
Yeah.
She'll just be blue the whole time.
No. I think it's her hair.
Yeah, her blue hair.
I think there's gonna be at least 2.
Look at her arms
Hairs.
in these pictures. She's jacked.
All right, let's get on to it. We're going to watch the last episode, and we will be back after the finale of Alias.
Can I throw in another one?
Oh, sure. Fine.
I think she dies in this.
Oh.
And time travel.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you're always good with a J.J. Abrams time travel bet. But is it going to happen in the last episode?
And we're back.
No, we're not. We'll be back after that. See ya after the last episode.
And we're back.
I don't know what that was. I don't know what that happened.
That was a chuckle.
Sydney, we're back. Maybe someday we should do a first and last where we watch the first episode of one show and the last episode of a different show.
Just see
Of
if
a
the
different
listeners
JJ.
notice.
like
Abrams
a
show.
like a monster mash of first and last. Next Halloween.
All right.
First episode of one horror show and the last episode of a next. Episode 666.2.
Yeah. Bates Motel.
Episode 6666.
Ooh.
Just throw another 6 on there.
It's too
Oh,
many.
man. It's going to get real confusing.
Well, I have there's a short summary on IMDb and then there's a longer like fandom one.
Fandom ones are they get weird.
I'll read the IMDb one first.
They're entertaining. Let's be honest. Very
Yeah.
entertaining. But
The IMDb one's just super short. So it says, in the aftermath of the destruction of APO, which they never even mentioned in this, but I gather that maybe it's this like new CIA thing that these guys are in. Sydney, Jack,
Alien
and Vaughn.
Protection Organization. There's aliens.
That's it.
Yeah, I want to believe.
Boom, boom, boom.
Sydney, Jack, and Vaughn must find a way to stop Irina Derevko, Sydney's mom, possibly, and Irvin Sloan from fulfilling the Rambaldi endgame of Armageddon.
Garibaldi? What?
Yeah, Rambaldi. They kept saying Rambaldi in reference to the sphere thing.
Mm.
The
You mean the red
Rambaldi
ball
sphere.
that thing was holding up in the first episode?
The red blood bulb. The fandom one says Kelly Payton, who I think was just the other white girl, tells Sloane that she has made a deal for the Rambaldi sphere with an ally in China. Sloane arranges for stolen missiles to be sent to Hong Kong. Sloane's plan is revealed to the APO members who race to stop him before he can use the sphere to put the plan in motion. Meanwhile, Sydney has a long-awaited confrontation with her mother.
That it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Those are the
We
things.
didn't.
Those are the things.
I mean, crazy stuff happened.
Oh,
We don't
Kelly
really know.
Payton is Amy Acker,
Yeah. The best.
who's great.
I love Amy Acker. She's
Except
fantastic.
that she's in Marvel's The Gifted, which is really awful.
Sure. You don't like that show, but she's in Dollhouse. And she's in a different show that I forget now. I knew it like 20 minutes ago. I forget now. She's in that show too. Every show she's been in, I've seen.
Angel.
Angel. Yeah, obviously. Angel's amazing. Duh. We could do
and the
Buffy and
MacGyver
Angel one
remake.
day.
Hmm.
Buffy's a fantastic
That'd
show.
be fun.
I've never seen either.
Oh,
course
she's
you
in an
haven't, Joe.
episode of Agents of
course you
S.H.I.E.L.D.
She might have been in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for a hot minute. But Amy Acker's great. Does anyone else have... I felt this last episode that we just saw felt really Indiana Jones-esque.
Yeah.
To me. Like with like the sphere. Like he placed the sphere on like the thing and like he was trying to do some diabolical, seemingly out of this world thing, and then he
Yeah.
got shot.
They
and
seem
he
to be in
came
the
back-
desert
The
somewhere.
bad guy came back to life.
Yeah, there's a lot of mysticism.
Yeah, there's a lot of
It got very J.J. Abrams.
Yeah. Well, it was Abramsy, but it just felt very Indiana Jonesy for some reason. Maybe it's just we were in a cave half the time, kind of thing, and that was why. But that was the other thing. I think I was into the fact that like Alias was a show about a spy, but then in the end it was like, what the fuck is happening? This guy's immortal. Like, you know, like it was just like J.J. Abrams shows turn into just silly stuff.
Where?
Like
yeah.
you're watching a spy show, and then 5 years later you're watching a show about a
It's
man
just a whole other
who's
genre.
immortal trying to like make a sphere come to life to
Is
like
there a
take.
point? Is there a point in his shows where that happens, where you like feel the turn? I want to know where the J.J. Abrams turn.
In Lost, it was when they went back in time to the 60s. You felt,
Wait, what?
It wasn't like a turn. It was like a right angle. Like it wasn't like a bend in the road. Like you were going 70,
It's
and all of a
just-
sudden you had to turn left or right. That's what
Huh.
happened in Lost.
Huh.
But I mean, but then after the turn, it kind of like was like, oh, you just found your path again. Like it kind of came back to where it was.
Okay.
Lost was already silly, in a way, but
Sure.
it's still like.
But there was a clear point for you.
I mean, they went back in time all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like, you know. You there yet, Joe?
Nah, I kind of stopped watching Lost, but like, I'm sure I'll pick it up again someday. But I kind of went through a pause and just haven't picked back up.
All right,
Alright.
fair enough. That's fine. Whatever you want, Joe.
Alias fans, tweet us and let us know where the turn is.
Yeah, I wanna
where
know where
this
the
show
turn
just
is.
becomes batshit.
There's a lot that went on, and I didn't really know a lot of what was going on.
So, I mean, did that make you? How did that make you feel?
I was expecting more spy stuff, I guess, and less like. It seemed like there's a lot of lore that I was missing of like why this orb is important and who these people are supposed to be, and I thought it was gonna be more like, I'm on a heist. I'm gonna like break into this vault and take this thing.
I mean, yeah, I really expected it to be more like Mission Impossible
Yeah.
than Stargate.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
But
so,
I don't think you were into the JJ twist in this one. I feel like you saw that and you were like, not have an orb that gives people life or whatever it did.
nah.
Well, and the thing is, I don't think that guy got. I don't think the bad man was immortal because of the orb. I think he was trying to use the orb to do something else mystic.
You thought he was just immortal?
Well, he got shot in the
Some
head.
other
Yeah,
some
he
other
lost,
mystic
I mean,
thing
and he
made
lost
him
the
immortal.
orb. He didn't have the orb at the end, and he was still alive.
Yeah, he was crushed.
Yeah, whatever he
rocks.
did to make him immortal was still a thing.
Part of me wanted to know whether or not at the end when he was like, I can't move, I was like, dude, spend a couple hours cutting yourself in half.
Yeah, 128 hours. That
Will he be
Those
alive
legs,
and
or what
only
is
half
the-
a man? Or will he be alive and grow his half back?
You could just
What kind of immortal is he?
like he could pick at the rock and just like dig at it with his fingers. He's got all of time.
I mean, I suppose,
Yeah.
he might as well chop around at it. How do you I mean, dude, how much... He only had his hands. He doesn't have anything to pick at it.
Yeah.
How much time... That's got to be hundreds of years almost.
Yeah, but what if you're just scratching a rock for every second of a day for
If you were just literally rubbing a rock with your hand...
you can scratch it with your fingers.
I don't think you're breaking the
your
rock down. I think you're
fingernails?
bringing your hands down.
you're doing a little bit.
It'll wear down.
a little bit of
eventually.
wear down, but how? But
This
do your
is an episode
fingernails grow as an immortal without, without eating food or anything?
Well, you gotta find out what kind of immortal. I mean, it's important to know what kind of immortal the person is, because there's two types of immortal in my mind. Let me break down for you viewers that were wondering for 22 episodes what kind of immortal I think of. There's two types of immortal. There's the immortal that you're alive forever, and people like chop your hand off or whatever, and you just kind of grow your shit back. You know, like
you just have
your
like
body,
a little
your
hand
body in
for a
itself,
while, but eventually you
your
gotta...
body in itself is immortal. You're like a Deadpool, but you're like
Okay.
Deadpool
All right,
essentially.
all right.
You may lose something, but it'll come back, and that is the number one, like Duke of New York immortal that you want to be. Like you want that immortal. If anyone else says a different immortal, don't take it. The genie was like, "Want to be immortal? Like you need to ask which kind." Because the other one is you're immortal. No matter what, you'll never die. Someone chops off your leg, it don't grow back. It just hurts a lot, and eventually stubs over, and you're just
So
immortal without a leg.
You're just like undead then.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
Like people would cut off. It's that kind of immortal is like you could be chopped up into like 5 different giant pieces, but all your pieces would still be immortal.
You're just the undead zombie boyfriend guy in Hocus Pocus, who like they don't want him to talk anymore, so they like rip his lower jaw off, and he's just walking around, and he has no lower jaw,
Yeah.
like the hippos from Hungry Hippos.
Or you can be like Highlander immortal, where like you're immortal, but people can still like you're immortal, but you're not like immortal means to me you can't die. But then there's like that immortal asterisk.
The definition.
But there's like that Highlanders are immortal, but they're immortal asterisk unless someone cuts your head off, then you die.
Sure.
What? That's not immortal. That's like
Invulnerable
invulnerable.
with a weakness.
Like Achilles.
That's so invulnerable with an asterisk. Yeah. So
All right.
I mean, I feel bad. I feel bad for the guy that got trapped.
You feel bad for that guy?
Well, I feel bad because
He's the main
I
villain.
mean he was the main bad guy. I feel bad for him, and I think the reason I feel bad for him is because I think in the moment that he got trapped, I found out how shitty that Jennifer Garner's dad was in this show.
I like Jennifer Garner's dad. I like
I
Jack.
think he was shitty. I think he was a shitty person.
Well, aren't we all?
Okay, well he got shot like twice in the chest, and he
like
still
3 times.
Yeah, and he still found the helicopter was going to be there in half an hour. That he to like save him, he went downstairs into
To
like
kill
back
the
into like
bad
the
guy.
cave to like show like how big his dick was to this guy, and he's like, "Yo, what's up? I'm so awesome. I'm gonna blow you up with me in it." And it's like, dude, you're gonna do all this stuff. You don't need to like walk up to somebody. It's just like so like macho and terrible. Like I just didn't like how his character ended. And like
Sure.
he had to like go confront this guy and blow himself up. He literally blew himself up
Yeah.
to like get this guy, when it's like if he like was so badly injured from those gunshot wounds, there's no way he would have been able to make it down there. Like he just wouldn't have been able to do that. So like he was like really hurt. He was definitely really injured.
Yeah,
But I think
like Sloan Immortal guy said that like he knew he was dying.
right.
Jack
But,
was dying.
Yeah, I don't think I understand the problem.
What I'm saying is, like, I don't think Jennifer Garner's dad needed to walk downstairs and look at the guy in the face and be like, "You're gonna be down here forever with me," and then blow himself up.
But you're okay with him blowing himself up?
No, I don't think he should have done any. I think he should have I think it should have been like, if anything, he should have thrown it would have been like, oh, this is how we trap the immortal guy in the thing, because that's the whole point of that, was like, how do you punish the bad guy from the whole show kind of thing.
Sure.
Just show him being he struggled to throw the thing down and blow it up and down, because really what he did was he said, I don't care about my daughter, I care about me being a big the big guy and proving how tough I am,
Well,
and blowing myself up, and
it seemed like the detonator on the C4 had a short fuse.
Oh, I mean, they didn't. I don't think they proved that to us. I feel like he held a button out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was attached to the C4.
Just throw it down there and be like, "Hey, hit that button."
Maybe I'm mad at something that maybe I'm mad at something I didn't catch then, because I just feel like there was hey, throw the C4 down in the hole and be on top of the be up on the surface,
Yeah.
and blow it up and just show that you did that and be alive and have the helicopter come down and pick you up. You can die later on. That's after the episode, and we just think you're fine or whatever. And I get that's maybe,
but you just said, he's dying, so why not just ace himself down on the hole and make sure that this thing gets blown up?
I just think that if he was that
Just get
hurt,
the job done.
Yeah.
I just think if he was
5
that
years,
hurt, he
man.
wouldn't have been able to walk that far. He got up to kind of prove to his daughter when she was leaving, I'm fine, babe,
Yeah.
I love you, and then
And
he
then
fell back down, oh man, he's gonna die. I mean, I thought when he fell back down at that point, I was like, he's gonna die now because he's so hurt. And then he made it back up, down into the wherever they were to macho this guy and show him he had C4 and blow himself up.
Yeah, I guess I don't really care. Just gonna blow yourself
I think
up,
Jack's cool.
I'm looking too far into it.
Yeah.
I think Jack's cool.
I was just I don't know. I was just I was annoyed that he was just waving his dick around just to wave his dick around, essentially.
Yeah. How dare a character on a TV show fucking wave his dick around to make a badass point.
I think at that point,
the show's about his daughter, and I was like, come on, make what would you do if you had a daughter? You wouldn't kill yourself if you had a daughter and you thought you could live.
But if you're one of the main characters of a TV show who is dying, you might
on the last episode,
fucking blow yourself up and say some badass shit.
All right, fine.
my whole
good
thing,
TV is good TV. I get it.
my whole thing is that I just think Victor Garber, the actor, is just really great. And so,
dude,
I liked
him. I liked everything about him up until that
up
part.
until that,
I liked
Yeah.
him a lot. Yeah, he's a great
I
actor.
even thought, I'll go on further and say I thought Jennifer Garner was good, really good in this episode. She pulled me in. I was like, wow, you in 5 years you took some lessons.
5 years, you
Took
came a
some-
long way as an actor.
Took some acting lessons.
I think the music came a long way. I did some research on the tunes, and the guy who does the score was Michael Giacchino, I think his name is pronounced.
Giacchino.
Since then, he's been on pretty much all of the J. Abrams projects. But he got his start in video game music.
Hell yeah.
So that's why that first episode is still kind of video gamey.
Is that why it sounds like a Nintendo 64?
Yeah.
Because he was writing Perfect Dork music
Exactly.
a month before.
But then by the end here, it's pretty much just Lost outtakes because he's working on Lost at the same time.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Making bank.
That's what Lost sounds like.
Was that your Lost intro sound?
No, that's the sound that happens every time there's a cliffhanger before a commercial, and it's Locke looking at the screen, and it's
I would like to know there's a weird conspiracy theory that every time a commercial's about to happen in Lost, Locke like looks at the screen.
He like looks directly at the camera.
Time? Oh man!
They're like, damn it, George! Stop looking at the camera.
Every time.
That's fun.
Why do we write down that there's going to be a commercial in this part of the script? Every time he looks.
Maybe that was written into the script, man. You don't know. So I only had a couple other things. So the mom, Sid's mom, Jack's presumable maybe wife of some point, is not dead, is alive, is a terrorist, is definitely a bad person. And then they have a little showdown and she dies at the end trying to get the sphere.
She seems like she's like a good, tough, like a lady, like antagonist. Like, so I was kind of into it. Like, sure. She sounds like a tough lady in show. And in 2001, that's probably mildly rare, right?
Yeah, a different kind of character.
Like a different kind of character, like an evil woman.
Yeah.
Like a really tough
like
evil woman.
On top, yeah.
It sounds like a really cool, like not very early 2000s character.
Yeah, it's like her and Rita Repulsa.
Yeah. She's been rolling since like 95. The original. Rita's the OG. Mean girl.
OG badass bitch.
Oh man. And then and so with that, there's some weird continuity things where the sphere was in the desert in the cave, but then suddenly the mom has it.
I thought maybe I just missed it, but I thought like Jennifer Garner maybe just had it and brought it with her.
Yeah,
but it's
sure.
Once again, like,
when she got in the helicopter.
I mean, movie. Oh well, if you
That
can't
makes
believe
sense.
that, Joe, why would you believe that her dad would go wave his grenade dick at that other guy? Yeah, you got a problem. You got a problem with one. Why would you have a problem with the other?
Okay, but then so she skips in the helicopter with a sphere, and then her apparently CIA coworker / husband now from the first episode.
Yeah, is her husband the dude that
that was the guy from that she went to in the
did we have
CIA
a
in the first
confirmation
episode?
That was her husband at all?
Let me
at the end?
well,
Okay. I assumed, but
I don't
they
know
had
about
the 2 kids.
Yeah, I don't know about earlier in the episode, but by the end, they were for sure married and had kids. He had a ring on.
There were rings involved.
Wear rings. God, come on.
So that was a definite. Didn't get that in the prediction that she'd marry the random guy from the CIA. That he'd be as big a deal.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't think anyone got the sci-fi prediction either.
Didn't know he was gonna make the full 105 episodes.
Are we any last things we run into the prediction rollover?
Let's do it.
Yeah, I don't got anything.
Yeah, I mean, I liked the change in sci-fi in this show a little bit. I'll save it for a second. Well, let's go to our predictions, and then I'll go with that when I talk about whether or not I liked the show or not.
Mine were just all wrong. So Sydney wasn't trying to clear her name or anything. Bradley Cooper wasn't there.
Yep.
Her dad was helping, I guess. There was no blue hair.
Yeah, everything you were wrong. I was right. She kept her hair the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was just not even my actual prediction.
Because she's not really a spy anymore.
Hair.
She's just.
Mine were Bradley Cooper's in the finale. He definitely wasn't. I want to give myself some points by the fact that she said she finds love and tells him about the CIA. She found love and he does know about her being the CIA.
Yeah, and he's good at keeping that secret.
And he keeps that secret. But then her dad is a triple agent. No, he stayed a double agent. So I was wrong about that.
Yeah.
But the music did get better. My wish came true.
Oh yeah.
Wish granted.
Wish granted. You used
like,
one. Hope it was worth
like
it.
a challenge flag in the NFL? If my wish is granted, do I keep the wish?
No.
Oh.
No, you just get the wish.
Man, so I only got 2 left.
Yeah.
Shit. 2 wishes left.
Well, if anything, it's the opposite.
Yeah,
if
your
doesn't
wish
come
doesn't
true,
get granted, then you get it back.
then you didn't use your wish correctly.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
You didn't rub that genie the right way. You didn't rub Christina Aguilera the correct. Mine was my first one was action gets better.
Was there much action in this show even? There was like
very little.
people
Gun
people shot guns.
She did another really crappy like sidekick when she kicked her
Her
mom
fight
right
with
in
her
the
mom
stomach.
was pretty dumb.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
They like punched each other like twice and then jumped out a window, laid on the ground for a little bit, and then she like somehow threw her mom onto a glass roof.
Without it breaking.
A little glass skylight
Well,
thing.
it broke eventually, Joe.
Yeah, but how she's gonna get thrown onto it and then it's just like it's perfectly fine, but she's like, "Don't move, it's gonna break."
Didn't you hear the cracks right when she
It
landed
was
on
cracking like thin ice.
I guess.
Okay, so that was my first prediction. Thanks for interrupting me, sons of bitches.
This is a conversational podcast.
Number 2 is that she falls in love with Bradley Cooper and then he dies.
Inconclusive.
So-
0 points.
Bradley's gone. We'll let the audience decide.
I bet they kiss. But
For sure, they have some shower kisses.
Shower kisses?
Some shower kissies.
Well, were you gonna tell anyone secrets?
Okay, number 3 was that Sid dies / time travel, and at the beginning of this episode, her heart was apparently not beating because CIA dude had to give her mouth to mouth, had to give her CPR, and she came back.
I
was praying like
I
hell.
thought you were going a different direction there. I'll give you the fact that I think she might have been technically. I think if she
She
was
technically
in a hospital
died.
at the beginning of that episode, they would have said you died for like 2 minutes and we brought you back.
If she was in a hospital, they probably would have started CPR earlier.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I'm trying to give you credit.
Okay, go on.
I'm saying if she was in a hospital at that point, it would have been like, and that all happened, you would have been like, oh, I think you were dead for like 2 minutes, but like CPR or whatever brought you back.
Sure.
What I thought you were going to say was the very beginning of this episode was her as a little kid
Oh,
putting
right.
together
I forgot about that.
seemingly the easiest tower puzzle ever.
Gosh.
And her dad going, how did you do it? And it was like, the pieces stick together. What do you mean? And I wrote down, time travel and flashbacks are different. Just
Sure.
to make sure that you didn't try to use a flashback
Okay, well,
as a time travel.
that's fair.
Because I thought that's what you were going to do.
And so
But
Josh
I'll-
is super salty about the
I'll
puzzle.
give you a point for that, for sure.
All right, nice.
Joe doesn't care.
Listeners beware.
For what? Oh, her
That
being
she
kinda
died.
dead. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you
Physically-
I'll
she
give you one
physically
full
died.
point for that.
My last one was that dad's a triple and he
No,
definitely was
man,
not.
we both failed that one.
Yeah, it's too
Dude, I
bad.
don't think I've gotten points in like 5 episodes.
It's been a long time.
And here's the deal. I'm the only one that's been on this show 22 full episodes. And I don't think I'm in the lead. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Claire has as many points as I do.
Oh, easily.
I was weirdly dead on the Family Matters episode because I said that like Urkel gets stuck in like a flying car or something, but he got stuck in a spaceship. So it was close.
The spaceship is not a flying car.
At this point, I feel like points in FNL are a lot like points on Whose Line Is It Anyway? Is that they just don't.
They
exist,
in
but
that
they
I
don't.
keep a Google Doc.
We're
with
gonna
all the
get
points.
we're gonna get a tweet to a link one day, and it's gonna be someone that's kept track of all the points.
Well, can't
One
wait to
day.
meet.
It
can't-
might be episode 500.
Can't wait to meet
but
our
one day.
stalker and eventual serial killer.
Yeah, that person may kill us one day too, but we'll get those points. Jimmy, how did you feel? What's your closing thoughts?
I'm for it.
Yeah,
I think for no other reason than just like Lost, like I want to see where shit just gets so weird. I
Where
don't.
it takes a
Although I
turn.
don't want to watch Felicity at all.
no, goddamn that show.
I never want to see any of that because
show's
I
the
don't
worst show
think
ever.
because I don't think it has the same. Like I feel like this show, like midway through, maybe like opening a third season, stuff starts to get mystical and weird. Where
There's
Felicity felt like there's maybe like the last 2 episodes they decided to get weird and everyone was like, why are you
I
doing
still
this?
feel like at some point this show made a turn
Yeah.
It made it turn into the mystic a little bit, but it still kept its like spy thing at least.
Sure.
Because even if you're fighting mystic people, you still got to spy around to like get the truth kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe it's a little X-Files-y.
Don't. I mean,
Ah.
this show ain't no X-Files.
Don't give it that.
But-
I always thought that this show would be awesome because I really thought this was a Joss Whedon show.
Yeah, I mean, I'd pick Whedon over Abrams any day.
Every
time.
and all days.
I'm a weed over an Abe. I'll just say because I was saying it already, I guess, but like, I enjoyed the sci-fi twist at the end. Like, I like that it didn't stay a total spy show the whole time. Unlike, I mean, like Lost changed a little bit. Lost changed in the middle, but it really stayed like. I mean, you knew that the island was mythical the whole time.
Yeah.
So like Lost kind of said like I'm gonna be mythical. So like it didn't have like a sharp turn, as I think I just said like 20 minutes ago. It did a hard turn, whatever. But like it like changed a whole lot, but it all fit into its thing. So it did sharp turns all the time, but it still fit within its thing. But I'm into the fact that this show was like I'm a spy. I'm like a girl who's in college and I'm gonna be a spy too. I'm in grad school and I'm a spy too. But then in the end, it was like I just shot a guy and he came back to life because he's immortal. So something happened at some point. And it maybe was even like, you know, like there's the highway and then like the frontage road turned, but the highway just like slowly turned with the frontage road like a little bit, like, so both roads were eventually going the same way, but like the side, you know, like it I think it kept what it was from what I've seen. It kept its spy stuff, but it changed it dramatically as well. So it did kind of both. So I'm into that. So
I want you to
did that make any
explain
sense?
that analogy so much.
Did that make any sense?
It probably did. I lost you because my brain started to go elsewhere.
Just imagine two roads are going straight together, but then one took a hard right turn, and then another one took like a slight right turn.
Okay,
like
all right,
a
sure.
big arc, and then eventually they became parallel again.
Okay, sure.
So then they were driving the same way. So like a piece of the story like went crazy.
And which part is J.J. Abrams? The crazy
the
one?
sharp turn. The
Okay.
sharp turn's J.J. Abrams for sure.
But it comes back to the bend.
But it all
Okay.
it all like kind of parallels itself eventually. Like it all works itself together. But like there was probably a part where it was like, well, it's just like, you know, whenever that guy became, you know, whenever he like worshipped
Immortal?
an Egyptian dude's like
Say
like
it.
god or something. whenever something weird happened.
I think the reason why I thought this was a Joss Whedon show is because there's just a badass front chick.
Yeah,
And I
Joss
just
Whedon-
assumed that, like,
Joss Whedon's-
being like a Buffy fan, and this was like a little later,
like
that it was
essentially-
just his new show. And it was like in between Dollhouse. When was Dollhouse?
right after
I'm
I
gonna
don't know if
look
it
up
was
the
before or
date.
after Firefly. Besides Firefly, all other Joss Whedon shows have been strong female protagonists.
Well, but now so I'm thinking like Felicity is like the main character, and like
But that's not an interesting show
Lost.
or noteworthy at all.
okay, but Lost, what's her name, is kind of the main.
Joe, what do you think
Kate?
about Kate?
She's
Kate.
a terrible, terrible character. Really
Okay,
bad.
but is she not like the main-ish character of the show?
Not the main character.
Yeah, not.
She's one of the main.
And they also make her terrible. Like by comparison to the other characters, she's just like stupid and lies. And
She's
like,
the Skylar of Lost.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
I would say there's
She's not the Buffy of Lost.
no, she's definitely not like a good female character.
She's not the Jennifer Garner of
And
Lost.
they spend a lot of time just like ogling her. It's creepy and weird.
That is weird.
Yeah.
She is definitely like weirdly sexualized in
Yeah.
that show, I would say. You're not wrong about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't remember Lost enough besides the first and last that we watched a couple weeks ago to like make a judgment call on like Kate, but I remember it was weird that she went like back and forth between two dudes for such a long time, and I just was like, I just don't think that's a thing that would really happen. And so it was just like forced upon her character to be like weirdly sexual in that kind of way. So yeah.
Speaking of superheroes, so that character's Evangeline Lilly, who I'm a big fan of, and she's the Wasp in Ant-Man.
Yep.
And she's gonna be in the Ant-Man and the Wasp
movie. Are you just saying that, or do you have a thing?
It's just a
fun fact.
It's just a fun fact,
trying to
roping
tie
it back into the
Are we sponsored by Marvel
MCU.
yet? Like, what is this?
We are never gonna be sponsored by Marvel.
Yeah, no, because we'd be sponsored by Disney, the parent company.
Yes.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, we'll be sponsored by Disney. Don't worry about that.
This is the Disney official podcast.
Back to what I thought about
The
Alias.
explicit title.
This is the longest podcast we've ever made, by the way.
Oh crap!
Make it a two-parter.
Well,
Happy Valentine's Day.
I'm just excited that you guys have been boning to this podcast the entire time in Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
You're welcome. When you said to your mate, "Let's just bone till the podcast is over," and we lasted this long, just like you did. I liked it.
Okay.
I'm for Alias. I like the turn. I want to know where the turn happens. One day when I'm making dinner, I'm gonna turn Alias episode 2 season 1 on.
Okay.
So.
You're just gonna start watching the first episodes of each season and make a separate podcast.
Yeah, no. Oh, you guys didn't hear about my other podcast? Second to last.
Second to last.
You didn't hear about
Just
that one?
meet up in the middle at the end.
Yeah. Watch the middle.
I think I'm intrigued for the first part of the spy stuff. So I want to see the part before the turn. But if in that spy era, if they do stuff where they're like, oh, and we're like, this episode is about finals in grad school, I'm out. Like, I'm not interested in like Sydney's real life.
I love how mad you are about her being in grad school.
Yeah, who cares?
No, I don't care
It's
either.
just another
but
Felicity.
I dropped it. I was like, they're done with it, but you are hooked. And the fact that you don't think they're gonna get rid of it.
Yeah. I think that's part of it too, is that it like vaguely reminds me of Felicity, and I'm just like, no.
Hey man, no one in this room liked Felicity
Saved by the Bell
less
college
than
years.
me.
No one watched that.
I obviously liked Felicity the least out of us.
That's very true.
Ask Jamie's dad. I liked Felicity the least. He
true.
texted me about it.
That's Jimmy's dad.
You're
Hey, everybody,
pretty
tweeted
upset.
Jimmy's dad.
He doesn't have those things.
Create an account for him and then tweet
No.
at me.
Just I would love if there was a Twitter that said @Jimmy's dad though. That'd be fun. But if there's
It
not,
probably is.
you guys can tweet us at FNL Podcast, and also email us at FNL podcast@gmail.com. We have Facebook. We have a YouTube.
Oh.
YouTube is FNL, first and last podcast. Search Tiger Castle on YouTube.
That's what I do.
And you'll find FNL there. It's the easiest way to get to it. I know it's a couple workarounds, but we don't. It's just the same thing. So if you're listening to this right now, you don't necessarily need to go watch it on YouTube because it's literally the same thing with no video.
Play
you
them
probably
both.
should. You might
But
miss
you
something.
should.
You might
I
miss
mean,
something. Who knows?
Play them all on all the platforms at the same time.
If you could just fall asleep to it and just keep playing it over and over again, that would help us. Rate us 5 stars because you've had an amazing Valentine's Day listening to us, and we appreciate you, and I hope you appreciate us at least a little bit.
Good night and good health. Good mental health. What is it?
What are you trying to Frasier him?
Frasier's
out on
sign
this.
off. He says like good night and good mental health or something like that. Isn't that right?
I'm not 100% sure.
You watched the whole thing.
Not 100%.
I said I'm not 100%.
God. Ah.
There's a Jimmy's Dad.
Good night, boners.
There's a Jimmy's Dad 7. There's a Jimmy's Dad 02. There's a Jimmy.
O2?
There's a Jimmy's Dad Jones. There's a Jimmy and Val's dad.
Is this the tweeter machine you're on?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Jimmy's dad has 0 followers and 0 following.
Aw.
But
it's taken.
no tweets either.
Man.
Aw, what's up with Jimmy's dad? Stop tweeting that account or ever do anything with it and just tweet at FNL podcast.
Let's start tweeting at it and see what happens.
We're done. Everybody's bored with the outro podcast music that I've been playing has been going on for like 2 minutes now. It's like really quiet in the background and people are just like, come on. So we'll just say goodbye. Have a good Valentine's Day. Thank you for spending it with us. If you did, or thank you for spending your other day with us. We appreciate you. And we will see you next week on First and Last.
Good night and good mental health.
That's disgusting. Claire.
Yeah, so can I buy this? It's 99 cents.
Yeah. This will be great.
She's got Venmo, right?
Let's
Venmo her 198 and don't tell her why.
Let's not tell her until she notices. Let's see. Like, how would you ever notice this, though?
I wouldn't, but I feel
She's
like
gonna-
Claire's meticulous.
She might get an email saying, like, thanks for purchasing Alias.
So,
That's
in which case,
exact-
she would totally know what it's
No,
for.
you know what she's gonna get?
Yeah.
She's gonna get How Would You Rate Alias episode 1, season 1.
So should this be the beginning of the episode where we talk about how we're buying something on Claire's credit card without her knowledge?
Probably. So she finds out in 3 weeks.
Oh my god!
Yeah, if she doesn't know by
She finds
then.
out on Valentine's Day.
Oh. Hey, you tell us, man. You're her boyfriend.
Yeah, man.
No, I think we keep this secret as long as we can.
To our grave.
To the grave.
This is the
Right? To the grave.
to the grave.
everybody.
Are you recording yet?
Yeah, I've been recording.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, no, this is this is our test on whether or not we can kill somebody and tell each other. This is the first test.
We'll start with a $198 purchase on Amazon.
Gotta build trust.
I'm sure there's tax. We probably owe her like $2.30 total.